Welcome to Apollo Seiko here at IPC Apex Expo. I'm delighted to be joined by Rick Schiffer, who is the president of the company in the US, of course. So welcome, Rick. Nice to see you.
Likewise.
So Apollo Seiko obviously is known for doing laser soldering, and today we're going to look at a new product which they brought out, which is inductance soldering, which is the machine behind us here.
Yeah, that's right.
So take us through, the description of this machine, how it works, and what its benefits are.
Okay, sure. Basically, it's a desktop robotic system, so it can fit into small workplaces. The design is to be non-contact, which is a requirement of a lot of our customers because you're not causing any damage to any of the components or anything because there's no actual contact. So in here, there's a set of electrodes that run a field through them that create an energy field that creates the thermal profile to allow the solder to be fed and flowed to the components.
Okay, and how accurate can you make that thermal?
Quite accurate. Hard to explain exactly how accurate, but quite accurate.
Quite accurate. Okay, and of course, not being able to be non-contact, you're not going to damage any of the components or devices. So it's good for these. Expensive military boards you're reworking or something like that.
That's true.
Okay.
That's true.
Any other particular features about it?
So this basically, just to give you a quick overview of the components, is a 3-axis robot that also has a rotary stage, so it allows you to access components at different orientations.
Yeah.
Then we have the controller of the pendant and teaching method here. This is what generates the electrical field and magnetic field in order to create the energy for that.
Right. Excellent. Okay.
Programming is done with a pendant or with a PC software package.
Right. So this is the pendant here. This is how you would program it.
Correct. Yeah. Very user-friendly, graphic user interface.
Right. Right. Okay. So as I said at the beginning of the interview, I mean, what you're mainly known for is laser soldering.
Laser and resistance iron tip soldering.
Right.
Yeah. So both of those.
Okay.
Apollo started with iron tip soldering back in 1969. So we've been doing that for a long time. Invented the technology, and laser came about 10 years ago or so. 10 years ago, yeah.
So what's the benefits of using laser as compared to some of the other methods of robotic soldering that's out there?
Same type of idea. It's non-contact. It can solder very minute applications. Medical is a good example of the applications. Catheter wires, say, for example, that are extremely tiny, you almost can't see them. So something that an operator really can't solder by hand efficiently. Right. So the laser would be good for those type of applications.
Yeah. Now, one of the things that used to be a problem with lasers was the fact that you could easily burn the board or burn the components, but now by combining some of the laser sources, you've actually got the thermal side of it under control a lot more.
Correct. Yeah, our new system is called the Stargate, and it has a built-in pyrometer. Right. So the measuring rate on the pyrometer is, I think, 0.0001 seconds. So you can effectively program in a temperature just like with an iron tip. Right. So if you want to solder at 330 degrees Celsius, you program that, and that pyrometer maintains the laser temperature at that, and it does not allow for damage to any of the adjacent components on the circuit board. Okay. Or burn the FR4 solder mask on the circuit board. Right.
So your latest laser soldering system's over in the corner behind us. What have been the latest developments with that?
The pyrometer feature.
Pyrometer.
Before you were programming in current or watts, and you never really had a good idea of what the temperature was. Right. So that's why a lot of expensive circuit boards got burned. So this prevents that from happening. Excellent. Okay. Great.
Well, as I say, I hope you do well with the new inductance system here.
Thank you very much.
We look forward to hearing more from you as you develop in the future.
Sounds great. Thank you very much.